awesome. Cool. So it looks like we have YouTube almost up and running here as well. I'm getting lots of yeses. This is awesome, you guys. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Adam. Yeah, tap the screen for heart. So who already feels like really, I don't know, I already feel really good today after having done the challenge. Like I feel, I don't know. It was really weird to do my own class for one thing, but I really liked it. Oh, you liked the leggings. Yeah, those were fun ones. I know the outfits are like half the fun. I totally hear you guys. Hold on, give me a second here on Periscope. Oh, you just found out about it. You need to join. Okay, so you can tap the little link here on, hey, from the Czech Republic, amazing. Oh, you're recovering from a cold and this helped. That's cool. So guys, tap the little Perry dude. Make sure to swipe right. Couple things. You want to share this out. So share this out, Facebook, Twitter, wherever. And then make sure you're following me and that notifications are on, especially for this week. So we can, hey, from London, keep each other accountable during the challenge. And yeah, and then those of you who haven't joined, there's a link in my bio. If you tap the little Perry dude and swipe right, there's a link where you can sign up. It's BrettLarkin.com/detox. And if you're brand new, BrettLarkin.com/newbie, NEWBIE. Hey from Manchester. Hey from all over the world. Awesome. This is so cool. You're in your yoga kit right now. Awesome. Okay, guys, so what questions came up on day one? Thanks for sharing, Bonnie. And I have some stuff I want to talk about as well. Hey, lots of people from London. This is awesome. So I want to just have the YouTube chat open as well really quick here, you guys, just so I can make sure. Hey, from Dubai, Brazil. Guys, this is so amazing. So amazing. Okay, so YouTube chat folks, feel free to give me a comment, let me know you can hear me. Same on Facebook, give me a comment, let me know you can hear me. Hi from France. Oh, you love how I'm descriptive about the anatomy. That's awesome. In my opinion, yoga is for everybody. Yes, that's correct. Oh, you like the breathing exercise at the end. Okay, guys, the breathing exercise at the end, we're gonna do so much more this week. Like this is just the beginning. Okay, so I wanna start getting questions. And okay, I have one question already from, and I also have some stuff I want us to talk about real quick. So I already have someone on YouTube asking if about the t-shirt that I'm wearing. And this is actually a really funny story, you guys. So you want like an insider behind the scenes story about filming the Detox Challenge? If so, give me a yes in the chat. Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, I don't care where you are. Yes in the chat right now if you want to hear the story behind the t-shirt I'm wearing in the challenge that someone just asked on YouTube what it was and the behind the scenes story on that. Okay. All right, lots of yeses, awesome. So the behind the scenes, and then we'll talk about yoga for real, but first we'll do a little fashion recap. So the story with the little crop top t-shirt that I'm wearing in the challenge videos is that it's from American Apparel. So if you guys want to get it or you think it's cute, it's from American Apparel. It's super affordable. But the reason I'm wearing it is because, does anyone know what cupping is? Give me a yes in the chat if you know what cupping is. And I will tell you what it is right now. I'm just curious how many of you know. Yeah, I'm getting some no's, some yeses. So cupping is a form of body work where they take cups, light them on fire. It sounds a little violent now that I'm describing it. They take cups, they light them on fire and they put the cup on your skin and it like sucks up. Okay, and YouTube people are saying they know what cupping is. Awesome, lightly. So it's like a form of body work, basically. It's sort of like acupuncture, but more intense with cups. And the cups, it's good. I mean, it rehydrates the fascia and your muscle tissue. But sometimes if you're really tight, the cups can leave huge red marks that look exactly like a hickey. They literally look exactly like a hickey if anyone's ever, we've all had a hickey experience in our life probably. So it doesn't happen if you're not tight, but if you're really, really tight, that can happen because all the blood vessels and the tissue just rehydrates. I don't really know the exact science behind it. But anyway, so I had cupping done. I went to my body work, my person who I always see, and I usually get myofascial release therapy done with her. And she said, you know, your shoulders are really tight. I want to cup them. And me not thinking that I was filming the Detox Challenge the next week was like, sure. Like I hadn't done cupping in a while. So I let her cup my shoulders and I had welts, you guys, like neon red, about this big. everywhere on my shoulders. And it was pretty embarrassing. So I decided to wear a little t-shirt instead of what I would normally have worn, which, you know, usually I wear like little yoga tops or even like a little yoga bra. So that's the behind the scenes story on the t-shirt in the Detox Challenge videos, for not all the videos, but some of them. And that t-shirt's from American Apparel, if anyone wants to check it out. Okay, yeah, so it's a funny story. And it was funny because I saw my same bodywork therapist a month recently, and I showed her some of the challenge pictures and videos on Instagram, and I was like, look at this shirt I'm wearing. This is because you completely damaged my back, and I had to have like a fashion emergency. And I was like shopping at American Apparel the day before the shoot and trying to find something that would cover my back. So it's just like a funny story. And the pants are from Aloe Yoga. And I don't know if any of you have checked out the challenge sponsor, but Yogi Surprise really helped me film these videos and make them really beautiful. Like, they're the best videos I've ever filmed in terms of production quality. Oh, thanks, you guys. So Yogi Surprise was really helpful with that. So if you guys haven't checked out Yogi Surprise, their jewelry box, they have like boxes that they ship to you. The one that's full of yoga jewelry, I'd highly suggest checking out, and you can get 15% off with code SPRING15 during this week. Okay, but now let's jump into the yoga. Enough about fashion, enough about everything else. I want to start, I know the lighting was so good in the video. That's because Yogi Surprise helped me pay for having an actual cameraman here to help me film it. So I'm so grateful to them. For like almost all the challenge videos, the quality is like that high. So this was really exciting for me. So guys, I want to hear your questions. Tap the screen for hearts if you're on Periscope or on Facebook. I believe you can also give hearts. I'm so happy that everyone did the challenge video and that everyone liked it, and I did it myself this morning. And I want to answer questions. So who has questions that came up in today's class? Because I just recently did the class. Yes, yoga definitely helps with basketball. It's going to help you with all physical sports because it's about strength and stretching at the same time and mindset. So I really encourage yoga for all sports. So one thing that came up while I wait for some questions to come in about today's class, and it doesn't have to be about today's class, you can ask any yoga related questions on my scopes. One thing I wanted to address that came up in the Facebook group, and if you're not a member of the Facebook group, guys, it's yogahackscommunity.com is the URL that will redirect you. So yoga, HACKS, community.com. And one question that came up that I thought was really important was in the intro video, I suggested people could eliminate a food that was no longer serving them this week. So like chocolate or a kind of food that, you know, they just didn't want to have anymore. And something that came up in the Facebook group, the breathing, when we were supposed to breathe in, do we breathe when we do the fast breath? Hold on, I just want to make sure I catch these on Periscope. Yeah, the breathing exercise will get easier at the end, you guys, for sure. And it's normal to feel like it's fast. But something that came up in the Facebook group was a lot of people started writing in the Facebook group, like, I'm giving up coffee, or I'm giving up caffeine, or I'm giving up cookies. Diet Coke was another big one. Hearts on the screen for Diet Coke if you're excited about, like, I want everyone to give up soda, because that's just an easy one. Like, soda's not good for us, right? But something that came up was that some people in the group felt that, like, they didn't like this idea of like giving something up. They thought like they already had a really healthy diet, or maybe they'd had an eating disorder or something in the past, and that wasn't a helpful framework for them to focus on. And so instead they wanted to invite something into their life to detox, like more green vegetables, or more kale, or more lemon water, or more of something else. So I think this is a really important distinction. And, you know, I really like to think of my motto for this detox is sort of like detox to release, right? We're detoxing to release things that aren't serving us. So things that aren't serving us could be a food, and things that aren't serving us could be a thought. You know, we can answer questions about the mental piece as well. But if you feel like your diet's really healthy and you don't like the framework of giving something up, like, absolutely think of your personal detox for this week as inviting something in. And even those of you that are giving something up, right? You also can think of also bringing something in. So I wrote this in the Facebook group to the people who are giving up Diet Coke. Yeah, exactly, Alexis, who just said that. I was like, you know, you can think of giving up soda, giving up Diet Coke. At the same time, think of inviting in like lots of sparkling water or Perrier or like something fun and abundant that's going to make the giving something up feel less hard. Does that make sense? Give me some hearts on the screen. I'd love to get a quick yes from everyone on Periscope or on Facebook. You can also chat in. Facebook's super quiet. And on YouTube as well, because I don't want people to feel like this is about self-deprivation, because that was never my intention. This is about releasing something that isn't serving us. And at the same time, like I know for myself, if I didn't intentionally at a certain point in my life choose like no more cookies, like I'm giving that up, I'm releasing that, no more, like I'd probably still be eating cookies every day after work, which was where I was at that time in my life. So I do think depending where you are, having a detox week can be really helpful, not to be mean to yourself, but just to be motivated with the group, eliminate that from your life. And, you know, after these 8 days, you guys can take an assessment of where you're at, and you'll have had the experience of having a week without soda or a week without cookies. And then you can make an informed choice, right? You can say, hey, that week went really good. That felt really different. I'm going to keep this up. Or you can say, you know what, this feels like it's being mean to myself, all things in moderation, you know, figure it out. So I just wanted to make it really clear for everyone that you know, this isn't about self-deprivation at all. This is about just releasing something. And this really ties into my whole philosophy of yoga. And what I love about yoga is that when I think of release, I think of like yoga as the thing that brings us back to our true self, brings us back into center, that yoga brings us closer to our true identity. So all we're doing during our practice is just shedding all these things that aren't serving us, shedding all these like identities and egos and silly voices, is coming back to our authentic self, if that makes sense. So when I think of detox as releasing that way, it's kind of just like peeling back those layers of the onion to get closer to your truest self, your happiest self, which is your true nature, right? That's what yoga teaches us. We're all innately blissful. We're all perfect just as we are. And we just forget that in modern life. So, okay, so someone says they have a question on Periscope. So I just want to clear that up, okay? So hopefully that was helpful for everyone. And now, you know, I'm going to hop off unless people have specific questions, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow, by the way, you guys, is the abs day. It's going to be really, really hard, and I'm really excited. So Alex asked, doing the pranayama before or after the practice, what's better? So Alex, it's a completely personal choice. So you can do whatever you like. In these specific practices, the way I designed it for the detox, we do yoga, and then we do pranayama, and then we do meditation. And that is sort of how, based on my interpretation, yoga has been designed to be done, like by the Yoga Sutras, right? We do the asana, the physical yoga practice, in order to quiet the mind, because otherwise it can be very difficult to just like sit and do pranayama breathing work, or to sit and meditate right away, right? We kind of need to like do our workout first. And then we do the pranayama, and then we meditate. But if you like to do pranayama first, go for it, right? You can do whatever you want, but that's how I designed it for this challenge. And I think that's how, you know, yoga was sort of initially intended to be. Okay, let me look on Facebook at some of these chats on here. And sorry, I'm just leaning forward to lift you guys up a little bit. Tap the screen for hearts, you guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for tuning in on Facebook. Hey, Georgiana. Hey, Ganesh. Awesome. And you used to do pranayama first, but you're just wondering. Yeah. So, for example, if I don't have an intention of doing a physical yoga practice, like I know I'm just going to meditate, I will also do pranayama first. Like I'll do pranayama, and then I'll sit and meditate. And someone also asked if the meditations are going to get longer as we go. They are going to get longer as we go. And because I had professional help making these videos, and those of you who don't know me, like I'm a YouTuber, I do everything myself. I'm like totally, I've built everything on my channel and my website myself. So I've always edited my own videos. Because Yogi Surprise was so awesome and helped sponsor the challenge and helped get me a professional cameraman, I also needed to get professional editing help, because these videos were more complex to edit. So did anyone notice that the videos had 2 camera angles? And did you guys find that helpful or not? Because when I did it, I felt like that actually really helped be able to see the postures better and made it easier for you guys to learn. Do you agree with that? Give me a yes in the chat on YouTube or Periscope or Facebook or whatever you are if you thought that was helpful. I did too. And I wish I had the budget to be able to afford that kind of quality all the time in my videos. So that's a goal of mine. That's something I'm striving for, because I did find it really helpful. And someone asked how I'm live on 3 platforms at the same time. Multiple phones and cameras is the answer, Iris. I can take a photo of my setup and put it on Instagram after this. So sorry, back to the length of the meditations, is that because I got, and I will tell more about the journaling component, okay? Because I got professional help editing, the editors, they didn't leave as much time for days 1 meditation as I had meant for them to leave, and I didn't catch it somehow. But yes, the meditations do get longer over time. So, so someone asked to talk a little bit more about the journaling, and I will. And Georgiana, thanks for saying day 1 was amazing. Awesome. The journaling. So what I would really encourage you guys to do, and what we're focused, there's so many ways to journal. There's so many ways I love to journal. I have a couple articles about this on various websites. And yeah, you can always complement the video. So for example, with today's video, you guys, because I noticed the meditation was a little shorter than I had wanted it to be. Hold on, I'm just trying to fix this. What I did is I just, after the video was over, I just meditated for a little bit myself. Like I just sat and I meditated for a couple minutes on my own, and it was really lovely. So just because the video is over, meditate for as long as you want. And my meditation app that I really like is called Insight Timer. If you guys know that one, Insight Timer. And it allows you to time your meditations with a little bell, or you can just use the timer on your iPhone, okay? So if you finish a detox video, I will post it on Facebook, no problem, I will. So if you do the meditation or you do the class and you're like, you know what, I'd like to meditate a little bit longer, you're more than welcome to do that. Uh-oh, something might have happened on YouTube. What happened? Guys, any other specific questions? Otherwise, I'm going to talk a little bit about the journaling, and then I'm going to sign off and see you tomorrow for abs day. Guys, tomorrow is like the hardest day, so don't get discouraged, especially my beginners, okay? And someone says they use the Calm app for meditation. That's cool. Emily said the 2 cameras were done well. It's a possibility that it could be a little distracting, but whoever did it really knew what they were doing. Yeah. So guys, again, this is all an experiment. This is all, you know, me working to figure out what works best for the community. So I love your feedback. So if you found the 2 camera angles distracting, let me know. If you loved it, let me know. Like, just give me your feedback. And again, the best way to do that is in our private Facebook group, Yoga Hacks, HACKS community.com. BrettLarkin.com/detox if you want to sign up for the challenge. The videos are also at the top of my channel, Brett Larkin Yoga on YouTube. Hey from the Ukraine. And BrettLarkin.com/newbie, NEWBIE, to get my beginner yoga training guide. If you're just like popping into this Periscope and you're like, I'm brand new to yoga, but I'm really curious about it, that's how you want to connect with me. Okay, so some tips on the journaling. There's kind of 2 different types of journaling. One is you can just wake up in the morning, and thank you, YouTube, for letting me know I came back. I really appreciate that, you guys. You can wake up in the morning and you do what's called morning pages, right? Just writing out some thoughts. And a couple people in our Facebook group are doing the Artist's Way, which is a technique where you do morning pages writing as a way to clear your head, as like a part of a morning tradition. I'm also really going to recommend the book to everyone in my community, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, I think his name is, but if you just type in The Miracle Morning, you'll find it. And he has a whole miracle morning routine that involves yoga. It includes exercise, and his favorite form is yoga, and journaling and meditation and all of this stuff. So So you can definitely journal in the morning, but what I suggested, and I do that, and I have a couple articles about that. I'll also post that in the Facebook group. But for this specific challenge, what I suggested, and this is something that I did and I still do, was to actually think about a thought pattern that you want to release, detox, let go of in your life. And for that, in order to really identify the thought pattern, I want you to write it down all the time, like every time you have that thought. So you're gonna have like Evernote in your phone, or the Notes app in your phone, or a little notebook if you want a little notebook. And someone just asked me if I'm Russian. It's funny, my family is originally from Russia, but I was born in America. Thanks for sharing, Alex. I really appreciate it. And I want you to write down that thought as you go through your day. So for example, we have a bunch of people in the group letting go of self-hate, self-criticism, judgment about their body. So what you would do in that instance is every single time you had a negative thought about your body, like say you just walked by a mirror and you're thinking I'm fat or something like that, you'd write that down. And then maybe 5 minutes later, you're like washing your hands at the sink in the bathroom, and you know, that voice says to you like something else that's mean. You're gonna write that down too. And you're just gonna write, it's kind of like just a wake-up call. Like instead of just having that thought and believing it and letting it go back into your brain, it's by writing it down, you start to notice that voice. It's like taking an elastic band around your wrist and like that snap, that attention, right? There's not an app for it, but you can just use Evernote, honestly. When I was doing it, it was before I think Evernote was even popular. So I was just doing it on the Notes app in my phone. Or I think I was also using Evernote. You can totally burn the journal in the end. And in fact, Shelly, when I've done some retreats and led some retreats, that's something we do. We actually write down these thoughts that aren't helpful. And then at the end of the retreat or the end of the ceremony, we burn them, right? So it's up to you what you want to do with your notebook or with the Evernote. But what I'd really encourage you to do is not take it so seriously. That's the other reason we do it. Take writing down the voice seriously, right? You want to do that. But when you start writing it down, it starts to become kind of ridiculous and funny, because you're just like, oh my gosh, I think these negative thoughts like 80 times a day, right? Like I'm writing this down every 3 minutes, and it's going to give you this awareness that you are not your thoughts. You are not that critical voice in your head, and you have a choice to choose to listen to it or not. So, and again, you don't have to do this. This is just something that I did that was really helpful. So I did it with judgment, and every time I had a judgmental thought, I wrote it down. And I was doing this around the time when I was just starting to teach yoga, and I was very self-conscious about speaking in front of people and teaching in front of people. I was very self-conscious, and I realized that's because I was afraid people were judging me. But what was really happening was I was afraid people were judging me because I myself was a judgmental person who was judging others. So what I had to do was I had to stop being so judgmental myself. And then I stopped worrying about other people judging me, because once I eliminated judgment from my life, it was no longer something I was scared about receiving. I'm hoping some of this makes sense. But give me a yes, anyone in the chat, if what I just said makes sense. Okay, thank you. Yes. Okay, thank you, you guys. Sometimes I just don't know. So what I started doing is I started writing down every judgmental thought I had. And for me, it was more, I had judgmental thoughts about other people instead of myself. And so I started writing them down, and it just became ridiculous, right? Because it's like how you, who just said that? I think it was Alex, how you think and perceive the world, that's what's reflected back to you. So once I was able to let that judgment go, suddenly I became a lot less worried about public speaking, because that was something that had moved through me. And so yeah, so that's a little bit more about the journaling. There's definitely awesome morning journaling you can do. I'm going to put links about it in the Facebook group, guys. Yoga Hacks Community, yoga, HACKS community.com. But yeah, exactly. Hunch, whatever you put in, that's what you're going to get out. I'll put links about how you can do traditional morning journaling, kind of more traditional journaling. But for this detox challenge, what I suggested to you guys, doesn't mean you have to do it if it doesn't work for you, but what I suggested was picking a thought pattern that you're going to write down to notice, become aware of, and then eliminate. Okay. So I'm going to check the chat for any last questions, and then I will see you guys tomorrow after abs day. So someone on YouTube asked, how do you progress to become better without judging yourself? So my big message to the person who asked that question, which is such a great question, is that you're always on the progress. Like it's about the journey, not the destination, right? And here's the big news. Here's the big insider secret, you guys. Are you ready for the big insider secret? Like once you achieve, I'm not on Snapchat. It's like the only social media I don't do. I'm so sorry, but I'm on Instagram, and look me up on YouTube, BrettLarkinYoga. The big insider secret, the big insider secret is that once you accomplish that like perfect split, once you accomplish that perfect handstand, once you get these things that you want to, it's Larkin Yoga TV is Instagram, same as Twitter. Once you get these things that you wanted to achieve, these difficult poses or like being what you think is good, you don't feel any different. You don't. You like achieve it and then you're just like on to the next thing, honestly. So you just need to enjoy the journey. Like nothing changes when you can suddenly do handstand. Your life is not like, it's just the same. I don't say this to discourage you, but I say this to like encourage you to really just enjoy where you are right now and enjoy feeling good and moving in your body, because that's what my channel is about. That's what our community is about. That's what this detox is about. It's about enjoying that connection of being on the mat and feeling good in your body. And, you know, we all judge ourselves, but we need to move past that. And it's not about looking like I do. It's not about, you know, like we just talked, someone just asked me about Instagram. There are people on Instagram who are so good at yoga compared to me. Like I'm not that good at arm balances and a lot of the sort of like harder, super headstand type poses. And, you know, I could let that get me down, but like I do yoga just because I want to feel really good in my body and have a better life, not because I am focused on like getting to that farther place. Guys, like we need to let go of linear thinking. Do you see how like wanting to be better and wanting to be from point A to point B is so linear? Like we do need that, but everything in modern life revolves around that linear thinking. And instead I want you to be in like this spiral zone of beauty and feeling and feeling connected to your body in a way that's beautiful and lifts you up and lights up your life. My Instagram is Larkin Yoga TV. So it's my last name, Larkin, L-A-R-K-I-N, Yoga TV. So that's what I really want for everyone with their practice. So the person who asked that on YouTube, French, did that help? Can you give me a yes or no? And yeah, so guys, don't worry about being farther than you should in the practice, doing the hardest variation of the pose. Please let it go. And I tell myself this all the time as well. Like, should I beat myself up and spend every day perfecting my handstand? Because supposedly like I'm a yoga teacher, so I should be able to do a perfect handstand in the center of the room. Yeah, sometimes I feel like working on handstand and I work on it. But honestly, I do yoga just to feel good in my body and because it makes me a better wife, it makes me a better daughter, it makes me a better friend, it makes me happy. It stretches and strengthens my whole body, so I also feel good. That's all I'm after, and I want that to be what you guys are really after too, because when you get to that harder thing, you know, we always think like grass is always greener. Once we get someplace else, we're gonna feel good about ourselves. Once we feel someplace else, or once we get someplace else, everything's gonna come together. And it's just not true. We just need to be happy now. That's what yoga is teaching us. Okay, so, oh, thanks you guys. I'm really glad this is resonating with folks. And guys, this is going to be available on replay. If you're watching this on the replay, you can give hearts on the replay in Periscope. And I do exercise other than the physical asana practice, Om Lotus. And Om Lotus, if you join my private Facebook group or connect with me on Facebook, again, it's yoga, H-A-C-K-S, community.com, yogahackscommunity.com. I can send you a link to a video where I go in detail on my exact workout routine, like what I do each day of the week and how I mix in cardio with yoga, Pilates, bar method, everything I'm doing. And you can also just look for that video on YouTube if you want to. Okay, perfect. So just put a reminder for me in the group and post, and I will post that with all the other resources I talked about. Okay, so if you guys haven't had time to do your day one challenge video yet, don't worry, do it tonight. I was so proud of all of you guys too, because I had people say in the group that they didn't have, they felt sick or they couldn't do the day 1 challenge, and they did a different video of mine instead, or they just came to child's pose instead. And like when I see that, that makes me so happy. So because again, it's not about doing the class I assign or not having to do day 1. It's about coming to your mat no matter what for this week. So to the person in the group who went through that, you know, they didn't do day 1, they didn't feel up to it, but they still came to their mat and they just did child's pose, or I think they maybe did a different sequence or video of mine. Like, you are so my hero right now. So, so guys, we will talk tomorrow, same time, same place, okay? And get ready for the abs day tomorrow. It is going to be challenging. Please don't get discouraged. You know, my abs sequences and routines are always really, really hard because I just am like, I love like getting a super good core workout. So please don't be discouraged if you find it hard. Just keep going, scared and excited. Yes, I am too, because, and another behind the scenes fun filming tip, if you guys are interested, is I filmed that class, the abs class, at the very end of the day because I knew that I would get really, really sweaty. And I did, and I'm so glad I filmed it as the last class of the day, because if you look really carefully in the video, you'll see I start to sweat through my shirt at the end because it's that hard. So again, especially my beginners in the group, just do the best you can, have fun with it. Remember, laugh it off, okay? And tomorrow's our core day, and I can't wait to talk to you all tomorrow. Same time, same place. And you can always catch the replay, and you can also always post in the Facebook group if you haven't, if you know you can't make the live chat, but you have a question that you want to ask, okay? So thanks, Carmel, Jackie, Maja, Georgiana, everyone for being here on Facebook. Thank you, everyone on Periscope. Yeah, those finger flicks are hard, right? And these are really good. It releases tension from like texting and typing. So these are good to do all the time. Thank you, Alex, and all the big Jen, everyone, powerhouses on Periscope. I love you guys so much. And to everyone on YouTube as well. April, Jennifer, Radwa, French, Sarah, everyone. I appreciate you guys going through this experience with me, and I'm having so much fun. I'm doing it all with you. So here's to our community. Make sure you're a member at Yoga Hacks, HACKS community.com on the Facebook group, and absolutely make sure you're signed up for the challenge and getting my emails. There's 1 spot left for my retreat to Italy this June. If you're interested in that, PM me on Facebook. I'll make the pricing work for you. Italy, 1 spot left, my yoga retreat in June. You're also gonna wanna PM me or connect with me on Facebook, okay? Larkin Yoga on Facebook. And yeah, BrettLarkinYoga.com. Sign up for the challenge if you are like missing all of this, BrettLarkin.com/detox. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all tomorrow, okay? Bye.